All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be commencing in but a moment. I just have to make things kind of weirdly sync up, so forgive me. Just gonna make sure we're firing on all cylinders, some would say. We're good with that. It's working! Boom! Love it! Okay, yeah, so I can just stream right through an event. Also, hi, ladies and gentlemen. That's my my whole thing. That's my, what do you call it? A thumbnail making a save file for Genshin. But, my friends, welcome to the stream. We will be grinding, guess what, the Pale Flame set. As well as we have this event that I probably should do sooner rather than later, because it's probably starting to get tapped out. Let's see. We got 6 days. I could do it Monday. Or maybe today if we ran out of time. I don't know. But we're mainly here for this crappy domain. It's actually a very fun domain, but it's not fun when you've been doing it every single day. Constantly, everly, just continuously chipping away at it. And still, to this day, I haven't even gotten a bad critical damage decal. Not even a bad one. What is good Lone Syndicate? What is good Carthage? What is good Quiet? What is good Fluff? Maybe. Fluff was here right at the cuff. And he was like, is it working? It's working. And I'm like, yeah, well, hopefully it keeps working. But yes, if you guys want to jump in at any point, let me know. I'll back out and get you guys in here. Because this is our Play Together stream. And that's kind of on you guys. I showed up. I got the stream working, somewhat. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But yes. Is this team gonna work? Yeah, it's the team I always fight this domain with. Yeah. All right. How's your guys' day been? I gotta meet my brand new niece. My brother just had a baby yesterday. Yeah, him. Donut. No, it was his lovely wife. But what do you call it? I got to meet Q, and she was lovely. But I will say, my other niece was not having any of my bullshit, I guess, and I'm silent. So I guess I was giving off some fuck off vibes because my little niece was over it. She didn't even give me a hug or anything. Luckily, my nephew as well. My nephew gave me a hug and I felt less shit about myself. But don't ask. Family things. Dude, we're getting such a fucking stupidly big family. It's insane. I got two brothers. One has 2 children, and then the other one has 3 children. And we have grandparents that live with us. We have so much shit. We have so many birthdays. Every other goddamn month, there's like 4 birthdays. Okay, it's a lot. Anyways. Guys says it's working. I know. I was actually a lot simpler than I thought. See, I had this thing in my editing my recording streaming software, and it's like event, and I was like, what is that? It's pretty straightforward. What's good, Jamal? Always good to have you, Jamal. Jamal says I made it. Love to have you, Jamal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start grinding this event, this domain, and maybe for the first time on stream, I'll get a critical decal. Now, it might be absolute shit because luck is a nightmare, but still. It might be okay. And that's honestly all I really want at this point. I just want the slight feeling of progression. It doesn't have to be great. It just has to be like moving in a direction and not feeling like aimless. But apparently people have been saying that this domain is actually like potentially like, how do you phrase it? Everyone's beginning nothing. Everyone's beginning like low drop rates. And I'm not sure if that's just because everyone's getting lucky at the same time or if there's actually some weird shittery afoot where Mihoyo actually made this domain less, like have a less chance of giving you specific like critical damage modifications on your artifacts and whatnot. Also, yes, I tried to reclaim the voice, did not happen. Anyways. Also, I seen a video today with Albedo hitting for 23,000 on his defense Blossom procs, and I was just like, okay. And the dude had is Tia, he's a great YouTuber, but what do you call it? He had like 86 critical rate. And he had a 220, I believe, critical damage. And I was just like, what? And he had good defense scaling. So I was just like, fucking what? Are you shitting me? That's insane. But regardless, Chloe, fucking Quiet popping in saying, hey. Lone Syndicate says, I have arrived, you bet your ass you have. Fluff's in a box, love it. Lone Syndicate says, grin, I'll join you after I finish stripping my enemies. Stripping I don't know what that means. I am intrigued and lost. But anyways, Fluff says, that's my boy, I'll bet his for 23,000? God damn. That's insane. Although I think I definitely when I made my Albedo build, I kind of didn't understand the importance of how important critical damage and critical rate is, which is kind of like everything, you know. But it's only because Albedo was like so said to be like very, very much into defense. So right, I was like, oh, maybe that's all you need. And it's like, no, you kind of need a little bit of defense, but you mainly need crit damage and crit rate, so you can keep delivering the damage that you're dealing and all that fun math nonsense. Yes. Also, I wanted to play Biomutants today, never got around to it. I'll be honest, today was one of those days where you're kind of just like, a lot was done, but I don't know what it is or if it was important. Does that make sense? Also, ladies and gentlemen, please, remind me to talk about Invincibles at the end of the stream, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but if you want to go balls deep into spoilers for Invincible, talking about the ending and whatnot, then wait till the end of the stream and we'll talk about it, because I gotta talk to people about it, because it's like one of those things where I'm like, I can't believe it. And I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I can summarize watching. I don't think there is a single person on this planet that can watch the final episode of Invincible and not have that meme from The Office where it's the guy going like you're just watching it, like you're just permanently in a state of like ooh but you can't look away. Jamal says, I saw all 8 episodes, like wait till the end of the stream, we could talk about it, man, because I don't want to spoil things, because it is, I mean, it's not like a very like, it's got a, well, that's a spoiler in itself saying it doesn't have a twist, but it also I wanted to turn the camera a little low because it's a little high. Oh, weird. We can hear my voice through my actual lungs and not my mouth. Odd. Manamac, always good to see you, buddy. Manamac says, we're your family too. Hell yeah, Manamac. Love that positivity. That's wholesome as shit. I love that. Fluff says, I got one brother and a lot of cousins, but my extended family lives all over the country, so we don't really have a ton of birthdays to worry about anymore. Yeah, see, that's the thing though. I mean, it's not that I kind of love my family, but man, it's a lot. Like when I'm not. I shit you not. When it's like every other day there's like a birthday, and it's just like, oh shit. And especially sucks because most people have their birthday parties on the weekend, and guess who's the asshole who's like, hey guys, I gotta leave at 6. I love you, you're great, but I have this commitment that I've been doing for years. It's called a stream. It's like I'm okay, all right. Don't worry about it. And essentially what happens, except not really. A lot of my parents actually are pretty hip and whatnot to know what the hell's going on, which is good. Let's do one of these. Guys, I'm feeling really good right now. I'll be honest. It's been a while since I've had matcha tea, and I had matcha with some honey in it. Guys, I don't mean to be the guy that is like into foods and whatnot. Like, not foods. Everyone, like, there's a lot of people who love food. I'm turning into the person that's like, I tried vinegar and it made a big difference, and I'm like, did it, or am I just susceptible? Is my brain just like, well, maybe I'm feeling something, and in actuality it's nothing. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be the equivalent of like a consolation woman on as a man. Okay, but I looked into the benefits of honey, and dude, I put honey in my coffee, and I have cocoa in there as well, for various reasons, but I basically feel sharp again, which is cool, because I've been feeling very like foggy for a while. I don't know what it is, maybe it's allergies, but yeah, I put a little honey in my coffee, and it's done wonders. And then I put some honey in my matcha tea, because I like it makes me zen. But then that coffee, then the matcha with the honey is like a sugar rush, glucose straight to the brain. Boom. But apparently, also, there's a chemical that only exists within honey that's good for you. And I could just be lost. This could be all nonsense. And yeah, there's a chemical in honey grin, but it gives you nothing. I'm like, well, they made it sound like it. Oh, these articles, they're getting me. I'm the opposite of an anti-vax person. I'm like, there's so many cool things in every... Oh, I don't know what to be called. What's good, guys? How you doing? I'm going through some shit. I'm feeling good. This is what we're doing today. Max says, oh, what's good, Max? First of all, hello. Max says, I hath arrived. Love the weirdness and just the nightmare, all that. Fluff says, that's my boy Albano. It is. We've been using him forever because he's just kind of nice passive damage. Fluff says, I just mean Albano in general. He is capable of that even without defense scaling. That's great to hear. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fluff says, though I believe it's required specific constellation for defense scaling to truly make a difference. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's the one thing in the video that the person was. He's max constellation, because of course he is. Man, whenever I see a person who's max constellation in anything, I'm just like, man. Like, I don't know, a part of me is like cool, and the other part of me is just like, why? I mean, if I had like the only way I could ever justify that shit is if I had like, if I was set for life. You know what I mean? If I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't need nothing, you know? I don't know. Now, with that being said, though, I don't know. If I know how people rationalize it. Like, they can say, okay, if I take in like an eighth of my subscribers on Twitch or an eighth of my donations for this month, I can basically get like dedicate that to rolling, and then that will just keep generating more money. It's like to spend money, you need to make money. So I get it. My heart and soul. I mean, I spent $80 in this game, and I feel like an asshole. You know what I mean? I'm not coming for anyone who's spending some money in the game. If you're living your best life and you're happy, then good. Fuck me. Who cares what I say? But I don't know, man. For my soul and for my personality, I'm like, ugh. But also, a person just doesn't like spending money, man. Yeah. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that comes from either. Where is the other one? Right here. Easy. Done. Boom. Could I could use this real quick. Heal up. Shall. Fluff says, yeah, a lot of my family has birthdays within weeks of each other. I'm fortunate that my immediate family is spread over the year. With the closest we've got is almost 2 months between dad and I. Man, Fluff, I'm talking every other month. There's some shit. There's a birthday, which again, love my family to pieces. All that, like, it's not one of those things. But, and I'm exhausted with their birthdays. Again, sorry, that's gonna make no sense to you unless you watch a video that we may upload eventually at some point. Okay, well, if it all goes into critical damage, this could kind of be. We still need critical damage, but it could be okay. Sure. Do I? No, I have to go condense my resin. All that. Do I have? I don't think I have any, right? Condensed resin. Let's just double check. I do not. All right. Also, man, I need to collect butterfly wings like some sick bastard. I mean, I don't know why I have a problem with ripping off butterfly wings and or killing animals, small creatures, and biomunes, but I'm over here in Genshin in this mythical fantasy land. I guess it's because they respawn, and they're not like, hey, guess what, bitch? Your actions have meaning, and in Genshin you're like, could I just have anything? I don't need the karma system. I just need content, please. What are you guys drinking tonight? You guys just hanging out, or are you guys treating yourself? It's Sunday. Should damn well go treat yourself. Unless you're on a diet, in that case, stay strong. I don't know. Guys, you know when you listen to a playlist so much where you're like, I'm getting bored of it, and then you pivot to like, no, this is just kind of my existing music, where I just have it on and I feel fine. If that makes sense. That's what Unlike Pluto is turning into. Although he stopped making what do you call it, lo-fi, like royally free music, and I'm like, oh no. Bluff says, the critters in Biomutants respawn as well. That's another reason why it doesn't really bother me. I'm not sure. Dude, Fluff, have you watched Invincibles? Because that's a part of it. You sound like Omni-Man, my guy. You sound like some shit. Why am I here? Oh, I just took a couple steps because I don't know why. Let's go back and get, guys, we are gonna do whatever you guys want if anyone has anything to do in Genshin today. So yeah. Also, oh my eye. Oh. Ooh, okay. Is anyone excited for the Wind guy? I think I don't know. I haven't heard as much. Maybe it's because he's a dude, but also I don't know. Maybe it's just because the female audience of Genshin is less loud, but they're powerful, but less loud. Because we hear a lot of shit from Eula. People are like thighs, racist, bunch of things. Fluff says, do we need a commission a Think Grin meme or two then? What you mean? Think Grin. Oh, I haven't seen them yet, Fluff. I haven't seen those memes at all yet. I've heard people say them. I just didn't know how that moment can be fit into a meme. Because to me, I just get shell shocked with like, maybe that's a part of the meme is like, but man, I just go to that place, man. The fucking Subway one, man. That we're not talking about it yet. We're not talking about it yet, but Jesus Christ. Kyle says, I had to lay down because my back started hurting for no reason. Yay. Oh no, Carthage. How's that gonna work? You have to go to a plane ride, right? That's gonna be rough. You better take some shit that knocks you the fuck out. Makes you relax and shit. You guys hear that shit before? I'm not sure if I believe it, but someone was saying it was like one of those urban myths that may be 100% correct, and it's not an urban myth at all. But you guys ever hear those things where apparently if you just relax your body, like the odds of you surviving is great, or like greatly increased? Like there's like, stories of a person like driving off of a hill and the passenger was like asleep because it was a road trip. And the one dude who's driving gets thrashed, and then the girl or whatever is on the driver's hand side and is just fine. Because your body's just loose and it's just not like... I just feel like that's a bullshit. I feel like that's just like luck coupled with a thing that happened. You know what I mean? And people are trying to do causality, and they're like, if I just dead weight, I'm gonna be okay. And I'm like, I feel like if your muscles are there to keep your neck and shit intact. So I don't know. That one doesn't seem like it checks out in my head, but that could be off. Max says, grinding Maple Story while listening to the stream. Love it. I really should grind Genshin though, so I can play with you. Oh, it's all good, Max. Oh, I appreciate it. Well, eventually, Max, there'll be a game which we both need to play and want to play, and we can play together. I'll be here, okay? Unless I die tomorrow. In that case, I love all of you and I regret nothing. Anyway, Jamel says, I'm drinking apple cider vinegar and lemon juice in water, trying to lose some weight. Oh, nice. Okay, I was about to say, do you have a cold or something? That sounds like it was a whole thing. Nice. Fluff says, I'm also one that refuses to kill foxes in games while hunting machines unless it becomes necessary to progress, and even then I'm reluctant at best. Interesting, weird, but okay. With some psychology things afoot with both of us. Fluff says, that's why many drunk drivers manage to survive an accident rather than family that does. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. But at the same time, Fluff, is that the case, or is that just like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's, again, is it just luck? Like, I feel like a person just got lucky, and like, I don't know, man. Maybe like you let the car's safety net like take care of you, and instead people fight it, and that can cause harm. I don't know. Part of me just thinks a lot of people just happen to be relaxed or drunk or like that, and they just happen to live, you know, and they got lucky, and everyone else just got a fucking stick in their head or something. Manimatic says, I felt that one grin. Felt what? What happened? What happened? Jamla says, I'm trying to make Diluc a god. Man, I've seen Diluc and like I know some. It's interesting how people play this game because some people got Diluc, and I thought Diluc kind of somewhat a little bit dropped off. Although when you're like the best, dropping off only means you're like a little bit less insane, but you were still the best at some point. So yeah. But yeah, I heard some people, or I seen some videos of Diluc, and I don't know how Diluc plays. So I think that's my problem. Is like I don't know how to compare him, but like it seemed like his base attack wasn't really hitting that much. Like he's hitting for like 8,000, not bad. But I think it's maybe his Phoenix that he like smashes shit with, and it's also just Vaporize. That could be it too. His Phoenix like actually hits pretty goddamn hard, and it's mainly due to Vaporize weirdness, which of course I know nothing about, because he has. Hu Tao, I could not get an artifact set to save my life, so we never got to dabble in fun. Did we get him? Nice. What kind of character do you guys want from Genshin? I was thinking about that the other day. So, because I kind of got my like berserker mage that I was kind of wanting, which is Yenfi. But I don't know, because I kind of, you know, the most obvious answer to me is, what's good, Nis? I think it's also, how you liking Genshin, buddy? Also, Nis, forgive me if you ever reach out in the Discord and I only like get 2 comments in. It's usually either because I'm editing, I'm like balls deep in a video game, and I'm trying to like pause my podcast, reply to the message, jump back in the game. Shit, I forgot to unpause my podcast, jump over, and then it's like 3 steps, and then eventually I'm just like, okay, I'll reply in a minute, and then that minute just dissolves into my brain, and I just forget about it, so forgive me. But, how you liking Genshin, buddy? I always just like to pad shit, just in case am I an asshole? Forgive me if I am. Jamal says, I'm to make you blue god. But yeah, the one character type that I really want in Genshin is like a summoner class, or like just more characters like official. In fact, I would love a character that is built on the perception of building, like building power and then spending it in different ways. So like, I think a summoner would be such a fun class in that way. If you had like a bar which was being filled, and you could summon or use your alt, and you'd summon like a bunch of tiny little hobgoblins or some hilly churl things or whatever. And if you let your bar keep filling, instead of spending it early, you would get to the second stage of filling up that bar, and that would give you the, I don't know, like a big-ass hilly churl, or you could get a different, like, weird Fatui creature. But anyways, if you let your bar fill up to the 3rd slot, that would give you, like, an actual strong, like, impossibly good thing. And how you would build that character just to give them a shit ton of power regen. And yeah, I think like something like that I would think I would love. But I would hope that they'd be a caster, because I don't know, if they were like a melee person who's summoning shit, it just wouldn't like add up to me. I guess you could give them like, no, you can give them like a sword. You can give them like a gauntlet that maybe feeds off of like your melee hits. I don't know. I wish it would be a catalyst user. And there's a character that's kind of like that. One of the 7 harbingers or something like that is kind of he's like a puppet master or something. So that could be something. What's good, Slim? Slim says, we want more, let it die. Slim, tell the designers to make more content, and I'll make more content. But until then, there's nothing to do there, my guy. So as soon as the devs have any activity, you guys yell at me, I'll look into it, I'll make some videos. But until then, it's like, go to the desert and survive. And I'm like, there's nothing here, and I know nothing about like how to survive in the desert, okay? It's a very specific niche thing. Where are we going? Oh, I need to burn some resin. I was leveling up Fischl just because, yeah, Fischl. Let's go over here. Artifacts. I think I gave you a pretty good Electro Goblet, actually. Yeah, I kept going in the crit rate, kept lucking out, which was dope. Ooh, we got a crit rate, actually. Let's not do that. Stop that. Fischl, you can wait. Let's go back to you and go to artifacts. And ladies and gentlemen, what are the odds of us actually getting this Pale Flame set to not be the worst? This right here. We got a critical decal one. We're going to mark that one, and we're going to start infusing it and hoping for the best. Okay? We'll see. It could be pretty grim pretty fast. Nis says, I want a mage. You got Lisa, which is kind of support based. Honestly, oh no, she's gone, man. If you, Nis, I hate to say it, but like if you would have got in to Genshin like a little, like maybe at the same time when Zhongli's banner was going up, if you got Yenfi as like a main DPS, man, I think you just have such a blast. And you also, if you had any of the other support characters on that banner, you'd be like set. But right now, what I would advise you doing is save them Primo Gems as long as you can and try to grind as much chests, homunculuses, and side quests that you can to get to AR 12 for the first hurdle, and then to AR max, which is 45 is where you start getting like decent shit. 40 is where you can kind of start playing an actual video game. But yes, which you probably should be able to do that faster more than ever. Oh, great. Nice. The one stat that everybody needs is flat attack percent. Not even percent, just attack. Nis says it's great. It's stealing, messing with my brain that I have so much stuff to do. Yeah, that's the thing, Nis. Always take it one step at a time. Ooh, we got critical damage. That's not the worst. I don't know why I'm yelling at you. Oh, also, Fluff said, pretty sure there's a large enough simple sample size to say it's not coincidental. Vaporize is weaker. Oh, for the whole steeple thing, makes sense. Vaporize is weaker for Pyro. Is the one to trigger it. Melt. On the other hand, it's Pyro's dry. Oh, okay. I want something that this is my playstyle. Okay, gotcha. Fluff says, so I figured it's melt benefit, but Diluc seems to be elemental burst at DPS rather than some of the other physical leaning claymore users. Oh yeah, no, he seems like an elemental kind of character, which I think is why he's so strong. Because physical, unless you're Razor, who has like, unless you're like made to be really really physical damage based, then yeah, I don't think it's probably not the strongest stat, but still. Man, when you see people who have like a critical, like 20% critical damage or something, or like 34%, whatever the max of that is, I just can't. I can't even handle or manage or imagine it. That one is probably better than. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's go with the condensed resin that we got. Fluff says, sounds like fighting game meter mechanic, having different levels for supers, low cost, level 1, level cost 3 is a huge cost, level 5 or something, or something such. Yeah, I don't know if you could get away with 5. 5 just seems like a lot of like characters to model and to animate, but I think they could do 3. But also, I don't know, man. Like, how would you build? Because they would. Though I worry that they would kind of make the character like a utility kind of support character, where like they would summon stuff, use their ult, and then leave. Which a part of me would kind of want to stay on the field and like have incentives for dealing damage as the character themselves. So like you would get like damage amplification for your little summons if you were actually dealing damage and gaining stacks. I'm kind of thinking of a stack character, I guess, where like his ult is a stack bot and his basic melee can be a stack bot, and that can level up one of your creatures or whatnot. But I don't know if they'd ever do something like that. Also, defense. I was like, no, I'll burn all my resin, whatever. Slime says, I'll see what I can do about that. Okay. Oh wait, no, I misread some, or not misread. I got the wrong thing. Slime says, oh, that's true. Oh, I see. There, right. Simon was telling me to play some more like die. So yeah. Love says, Grins exhausted the game on both PS4 and PC, so he's not having anything. Yeah, perfect, exactly. Max says, I hope they add like a weapon that's like a gauntlet or something. They add Electro Ares like chair. Ah, okay, that just beats the hell out of people. Interesting. I like the gauntlet. The gauntlet I think is pretty safe. Gauntlet and rifles I feel like are pretty on brand, and I feel like they probably will get unlocked when we go to their respective countries that maybe they're made in. Like yeah, like a lot of the Fatui. Is it Fatui? Yeah, like some of the Fatui enemies actually have those already, so it'd be cool to see characters like that. But I think they'll probably do that probably at stage 2. I think after we get Inazuma, I think they'll start moving into like, okay, here's like a bunch of new shit, because right now we're still kind of in the fluff of like Inazuma's been in like theory creation for a long time now, so we're not like that was in beta release is what I'm getting at. So we haven't gotten into anything that's like true new things to in general, which you think that'd be one of the main things that people want from the future of the game. Jamal says, I have the Glad set. I am having trouble getting the Pyro artifact. Me too, man. When I got Hu Tao, man, I farmed for like 3 months and didn't get a I got 2, maybe 3 critical mods or artifacts. One like 2 critical rates and 1 critical damage, and a lot of the critical damage one was abysmal. There was one okay version of the critical rate, but not good enough to make like her viable almost. It's rough. But man, also Hu Tao has this shit where when you like her stamina game, like the fact that I can't sprint around, it bothers me, man. It's like, I don't know, I don't want to sit still, you know? Also, the feeling of you not being able to run around sucks. Sloan says, you want to join? Alright, well, Matism, you better have something to do, because I just burned all my resin, so give me a hot minute. Whatever you need. If you need some parts for Eula, all that stuff. Oh, also, I keep forgetting to get my damn dandelions. That shit, you need like 160 or something like that. I think I actually may have enough. Maybe I should chill out. Maybe I don't need dandelions. Although it's not good to be bottomed out on any sort of resource. Stop it! Oh my goodness, stop it! Oh, the Zhongli shield ran out at the worst possible time. Considering this is the last one, let's spend all our stuff with Hopeless Abandon. All that. Get our energy back. Come on! There it is. Oh, Max says, how long does Eula's banner last? Let's check! Eula's banner is gonna go away in 8 days, 19 hours, and 36 minutes. So 8 days. Lone Syndicate says, crit rate headpiece. Finally, yeah, but I don't got crit damage headpiece. For me, I need crit damage one. Just to see what that's like. Just to see what it's like hitting for 10,000 damage. Or 10k damage, of course. Also, I need more attack percentages because my current one's kind of ass. I'll look at that later, but yes. Plenty of the Catalyst users fit the mage playstyle. Save up for Klee if you enjoy bombs. Otherwise, hope to get one of the solid 4-stars like Ninwang or Sucrose. Well, I got one Sucrose. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure if it's 100%. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, because you don't want to become like significantly weaker than what your normal is, unless you're bored out of your mind, which right now I'm not quite there. And also I kind of just like I don't like going backwards. I don't like when you're like, okay, now I'm dealing like no damage, you know what I mean? So I want a character that's almost on the same point as my Xiao or my Eula at this point. So yeah, what you want to do? You want to do this domain some more? Right, we can just do this domain just for you, but you gotta have your resin already. I'm talking to Lone Syndicate, by the way. Max says Skyrim is such a classic game and will forever hold a place in my heart. Me and you both, Max. Me and you both. Frankly, one of the games that holds a place in my heart as well is New Vegas, man. I don't know. I played New Vegas. One of the first games I actually got into, like games that are big ass open world games, and it was great. Oh my God! Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate that immensely. Cool. I can see people who subscribe right now. It's amazing. Although that may also be tied just to like the YouTube thing. Just people who are watching videos of like Let It Die and they're like, okay, let's play some video games. Or let's subscribe to the channel is what I'm meant to say. Red Dragon, what's good? Red Dragon says, hello, good to have a Red Dragon. Hopefully you've had a lovely day thus far. Also, Grin, I may have looked at how well the new character normal attack scales and the scale on the level of Keqing normal attack. Oh, okay. Is that good or bad? It sounds a little bad, right? Because you're slow. Because I think Keqing hits faster, no? Max says, yeah, that's pretty accurate. I missed it. Max says, oh no, Fluff says, I definitely feel like they need to start considering new weapon types. We're going to run out of ways to be creative with the 5 weapon type categories. Yeah, it's true. But they're really kind of spending all their points in the character things. I need this domain of books. Let's do this domain a little bit. Tell me when you want to spend some stuff on books. What should I play to match Lone Syndicate's craziness? He's playing Eula, burst damage, I could heal, but I'd also like to do a little bit of damage, so what should I pick? Zhongli, I could weaken their asses. Zhongli's already picked. So I should heal somehow. Shincho could also be somewhat helpful here, but I wouldn't be able to heal him. Let's do Benny. Let's do Benny. All right. I'll play support and weaken and all that. You hit hard. Fluff says, I finally feel, yeah, they need that, right. Jamal says, I kind of want more weapon types. Me too, Jamal, me too. I just don't, man, like, as of rifles makes sense, the melee, like, fist weapon makes sense. I just don't know what other one makes sense. A bow step, but it's kind of spear, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of hit their mark on a lot of them. I just think the way, like, they could give you different archetypes of the same kind of weapons. So like range weapons, like a bow, you could get a rifle or whatever, or like an automatic rifle, a pistol, maybe dual wielding pistols, all that kind of stuff. But you also don't want things to be too cluttered to where like you feel like you're, oh my god, I have so many things and so many different ways to play this character. It's too much. Let's do this. Might as well heal with Benny because we gain nothing from being weak. Oh, I can't use my thing yet. Let's do one of these. Freeze. Fluff said they could definitely do a lot of creative things with the Catalyst, and they haven't really with outside of Klee. Yeah, that's true. But also, people gave them some shit. I think that might be the reason as well. People were like, Klee's clunky. And yeah, because honestly, I kind of agree. Like Nin Wong also feels good. Again, if they could just make Yanfei again, like with different elements, with like different ways of play, that'd be awesome. Because I really like the way Yanfei plays. She has a really low like attack combination, so you can like feed into your next attack pretty fast, which is dope. Yes. Also, maybe I should play. I was thinking maybe I should play Fischl so I could super conduct them. I don't have any point. We're gonna have to do this the hard way. They need to add another thing where you can just like do it again. Love says that could be the answer to the other weapon types, having elemental weapons with a skill or burst. Okay. Max says, oh snap, I've only got like a week. A week of what? Oh yeah, for Eula, yeah. Man, Eula is pretty goddamn fun to play. I don't know how fun she'll be to play if you don't have her signature weapon that just gives you a little bit more attack speed, because that attack speed really hits different. Yeah, it's pretty damn nice. Otherwise, you kind of feel like you're like, come on, hit. And I feel like that's where they kind of nerfed her. And people keep saying Eula's gonna get a buff. I haven't heard anything from Mihoyo. Yeah, people were like, she's gonna get buffed, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be upset if she did. I don't think she's like Apex, but I think she's good. And I think it's also frustrating because you see people who have like her like built to high hell and doing like monstrous damage, and you're like, then you have people who are normal and they're like, it's kind of okay. And then you have the people fighting on both sides because of both reasons. I didn't mean to do that. Shit, sorry. Who wants it again? Leave. There we go. Fluff says, but the Fatui have already tested us with other weapon types that we may never have playable. Yeah, they're teasing us, not testing us. They're teasing us. Yeah. Fluff says, I was providing options for Nis wanting mage-like characters, not suggesting stuff for... Okay, gotcha, yeah. Nin Wong is great. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, Nin Wong is great, as well as Yanfei, as well as... What was the other one again? There was one more character that could kind of be DPS. I don't know what her name is. Also, if you wanted to try to do it, Barbara, but don't. Don't. Let's do... We could do Super Conduct with you. Oh, no, you're doing that. Got it. All right, let's go to... What was I playing beforehand? I'm lost. Bennett, that's what we're doing. Ready. Wait, no, are we doing the... Are we doing Fischl? Because we can do Fischl. I can do Fischl. I'm not sure. Well, we probably should have some healing. But generally debuffs and stuns. And he kind of does a little bit of damage the way I have him built. Just a little bit. Slime says, another game that you... another game I used to love was Def Jam Fight for the NY on the GameCube. Missed that game, man. There's so many wonderful games out there. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Well, actually, Def Jam. Yeah, Def Jam sounds like something. But yeah. I'm interested. I wonder if it's if I would have noticed it. I'm sure it's great though. Let's do this. To Bennett, like a little bit more damage on this. Oh, I didn't use Bennett's thing. There we go. Look at that, 7,000 damage. I guess when we crit, we do like 1,000 damage, so it's bad, but it's not the worst. Okay, well maybe it's the worst, but anyways. Fluff says the fist, hammer, rifle, crossbow, daggers. Most have been wielded by enemies. Okay, yeah, I guess that's true. The hammers, I never think about. That's a whole new weapon type that they could add, and it's not really kind of has grounding in anything. I guess claymores, but yeah, maybe claymores could fall into that same kind of category. We'll see. Once again, it says, I would like a lance weapon type or claws as a weapon type. Yeah, I feel like we might get stuff like that, but I think that probably will be an ability. It's kind of like, you know how Child has daggers? Kind of like that. I could see them pulling one of those. Fluff says, and would be different enough from our current state. Oh, okay, yeah. And a lot of those are pretty different. Again, I think the skills is probably what the way they'll execute like lances, because it kind of seems a little specific. You know, I'm not sure like how many different lance. Because like the thing with swords is that you can do like sword combat that has like flares of people using katanas. You could do sword combat that kind of has like knights and that kind of things. You could do, what is it called? Like the tiny, like weird pokey sword, like that. Like you do different types within the same kind of category, you know. Whereas I'm not sure if as many people recognize like hammer combat, you know, the same way that there's like, oh, that guy's using the like weird weeb katana stance or whatever, you know. Fluff says Sucrose is the one. Thank you, Fluff. That was exactly what I was thinking of. Sucrose. Sucrose, although there's a person here that isn't here. So I'm not sure if Sucrose is 100% easy peasy lemon squeezy can just become a DPS. Alright, I hate to be the guy. Alright, I would not say this because I'm a coward. Okay, I would not say this if there was a certain person here, but yeah, Sucrose, lovely, great. I think it seems like it's a hard thing to do to make her a DPS. And if she is she on the same damage level as like a Razor or a Eula or whatever? I don't know. Guys, hey, I'm gonna need you to not sell me out here, alright? In solidarity. Alright, back off, please. Or come together, I guess. Carthage, I swear to God, if you do this to me, I will take that wrench away from you. Fluff says Lance unfortunately falls within the polearm category, so it's likely to be how a character animation is used. Gotcha, yeah. Are you here? Yes, you're here. Boop. And this. And some Benny hits. The Fluff says hammers would be wielded differently. Could go for axes. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, because that's where things kind of get a little fucky. Where like, is a hammer like the same as an axe combat, or is it like a different? Is it like a two-handed hammer? Are we doing like Valhalla kind of shit? Assassin's Creed Valhalla kind of like weirdness, and now we're adding 6 different categories for the same level, like the same animations. With Valhalla, they kind of use it to their advantage of like, well, we only really need to like code slight differences in the combat, etc. Fluff says Sucrose isn't difficult to acquire compared to 5 stars, and the right gear she packs a wallop. But okay, but could she be on the same level as like a Yenfi? You know what I mean? Where like Sucrose is built to be, in my opinion, like a support that amplifies the shit out of Elemental Mastery, and because of that, it would be my. I have not played her, so I could be dead wrong, of course. But it would be, from my perception, it would make sense that she would be less of a DPS than a character that is solely made to deal damage. You know what I mean? So that's my argument. It's not that Sucrose can't be a DPS. It's just that could you get more out of Sucrose by building her in a support role than building her in a DPS role and letting a DPS that can only be a DPS be a DPS? Maybe. Maybe the game's just like, you know, fuck it, she has it all. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Goddamn. And I guess it kind of scales off of like, you can apply the wet stat and whatnot. Jamal says, like a 5-star that adds an element to your attack, automatically melt or vaporize and stuff. You could also give a bow user a gun. That would that would be pretty interesting. Oh, we're doing books. Okay, got you. That's hilarious. Sorry. The reason why I laughed is because I immediately pictured Venti with like an assault rifle or like a rifle, and I was just like, that's a very tiny man with a very big gun. That's some. Ooh. They may net well. I was about to say that'd be some school shooter vibe weirdness. So I was like, I may not do this, but I guess they would just make it so they don't make kids holding guns, or if they are, they always make the guns look like cartoon weapons. We'll see. That'll well, Genshin. I don't know. People already do a lot with little, the little that they have. Also, what books does she take? I forget. Let me just. Oh, I think it's the same as Razors, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Eula, what kind of books do you want? You want racist books, these shield books. Jamal says two-handed weapons. How about that? Oh, like dual wield or like a spear? What you mean, like two-handed? Oh no, sorry, two-headed weapons. How about that? Like two ways of attacking? Like battle, like Bloodborne, or like you have many different stances? Oh, I came to the wrong thing. I was about to say, where is Lone Syndicate? No, I was off by a lot. Where's Darius? Over here. That is perfect. Sorry, my bad. I really should jump into your guys' world and you just take me wherever you want. Status points redeemed. Boom. We'll do one. We'll see what happens. We'll see if you space them out within an appropriate, reasonable amount, or if you're just cracking the whip today. All right, we'll see what happens. This. I don't know what this domain is, like what we require for it. So I'll just do the same shit and hope we're okay. Hope we're okay. I'm gonna drink the rest of my tea. Fluff says there are infusion powers that exist. Okay. What you mean? Oh, Jamal says like a 5-star that adds. Oh no, I read that. Carly says joy. I only want to tell because you don't want. I don't know what you're talking about. Carly says great sadness. My emote doesn't work on my phone. Oh no, I get it. I feel it. Ooh, Fluff says ka-ching. Infuses her own weapon with Electro. Bennett does via Constellation, often not taken, except yet. Jamal says, two-headed weapons. What was that? Oh, rear that. Fluff says, I haven't seen Yenfi in action, so I could say. So I couldn't say. Obviously, Contrast is one of the pirate Animo. Yeah. Fluff says, they have to provide completely different animations for existing characters using new weapon types. Again, I'd have to say something like child with that built in. Yeah, that's what I could see too. Nanny says, sorry I'm a bit late. It's all good, Nanny. I'm happy to see my lovely people. Some of my favorite people in the world, Nanny and Secretary. Always good to see you guys. Now, Fluff says, I'd have. Oh no, I have to provide different animation. Oh, look, I read that. Lone Syndicate says, yeah, imagine Ganyu with an actual rocket launcher. Honestly, that might work. That'd be cool. I'm more worried about like the children holding assault rifles in a game that looks like it's like Teen for Everyone or whatever, and people being like, it's a fucking. Fluff says, honestly something I hope they'd do with the Traveler, allow a usage of all weapons. Yeah, you told me that way back. I think that's a lovely idea, Fluff. The idea that the main Traveler can wield just about everything. Although I feel like they'd have to give him like because each character does have like a different attack combination weirdly, or at least in the new ones. Carly, I'm going to head out. I apparently have much more tired than I expected and have to nearly fall asleep. Carly, enjoy your sleep. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you immensely. Hope I can see you tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Monday. Or no, not Monday. Monday's tomorrow. Friday. Sorry. I didn't know we're on schedule. Fluff says, but next up after we finally get to Inazuma is Dendro character. I hope so, man. I really, cause that'd be a nice, like, cause people are like, we want weapons, and then they're like, we're barely able to do Dendro, but Dendro seems harder than just weapons, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta find out ways that can react and etc. and make that okay. You know, I feel like it's a lot. Carthage is lying, and he undersell my argument a lot. Okay. Nanny says, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's all good, Nanny. Jamal says, you're right. What if Traveler could use all weapons, right, Jamal? Yeah. Fluff had that idea a while back. I thought it was lovely back then. I think it's lovely right now. Boom. And this. and put on a shield just so I don't get absolutely eviscerated. Oh, this is the one that increases your cooldowns and shit. I hate this one if that's the case. It just sucks. You need to get like purification characters, which again sucks. Your fucking Hu Tao is stacked, man. Jesus. Just seeing things get like just Hu Tao bouncing around everywhere, and I'm like, oh god, she's like a bullet. Incredible. Nanny, have you seen Invincibles? What's good, Pac-Man? Pac-Man says, I've been watching your videos since you started Let Die. Sad to see you're not big. It's all good. Pac-Man, I'm just happy you're here. Happy you're having a good time and being so sweet. Thank you so much. Do some of that and we're done. Fast as hell. Bang. One thing it says is Jamla says, you're right. What if the Traveler could use all weapons? I read that. Fluff says, anyone know how long it took them to add a new weapon to in Hawkeye? Hawkeye seems like it's a little less, because I feel like Genshin's on like a place where I feel like this could be the detriment to the game, but people, it's successful and the developers are like, well, it needs to be more and more and more, and I'm like, you gotta be careful, man. You probably should like fucking balance out at some point. Because they're creepy like, what if we keep doing crazier and crazier things? And I'm like, can you maintain that shit? Because that's the problem. Like, we're no longer getting double characters on a banner anymore, and that'll be really interesting to see. Because I know people like they like Klee, but I don't know if people like Klee enough to warrant her not having a 4-star with her, you know? So it'll be really interesting to see. Also, I really hope I picked the right. I think so, because it will always load back in with the one you went and got. Yeah, okay. Where are you? I bet you're still in the encounter. Because that'd be a decent sign towards how things will go for Genshin. Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. I feel like Genshin and Hawkeye are kind of like, they're on different rails. Especially because just considering, I think, how much money. You know what kind of felt a little cringe to me? And maybe I just didn't watch enough of the video. But I was watching one of those Genshin, like, not cringe, it's the wrong way to put it, but I was watching one of those Genshin developer add-on kind of things. And it was like the main guy who like is the head guy of the company or something of MiHoYo was saying something to the effect of like I was the one who came up with the like Hilichurl guy, like the mysterious Hilichurl, the unknown Hilichurl. And I was kind of just like, yeah, the thing that like spawns in separate locations all over the map and gives you like 10 Primo Gems and mostly cabbages. I'm like, okay, you're leading the charge, cool. Great. So I don't know, it's weird. Fluff says it'd be a lot of work, but it'd make our Traveler feel worthy of using even if he only had the freedom to switch to weapons / elements. Otherwise, most people bunch our main Traveler as quick as Lisa or Amber. Yeah, no, agreed, Fluff. I'm really hoping that the Electro character makes our main Traveler like a support, and they give our character, our main Traveler, the ability to put on a goddamn costume, because I really, it's killing me a little bit with the way the character kind of looks and vibes, etc. We got that, and I'm gonna do one of these again. Bennett, ready? Boom. And it says, nope, but I've seen the memes. I think, Mark, think. But okay, so is the meme like the punchline is him being like, I am thinking, or what is that? What is the meme? Also, secondly, have you seen Invincible? I keep saying Impossible, it's Invincible. Jeez, great. But yeah, because to me, like the premise is like, think, Mark, think, followed up by like a really good answer. I think that's maybe the meme, is that it's a really shit answer. I don't know. We're gonna get to those memes three months from now in the Try Not to Grins. Okay. But keep posting to the tab because I'll get to them eventually. I'm kidding. It's not that bad. It's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. It may be that bad, but I gotta find a way to fucking gun it through those. Whether that's just dedicating like a whole stream, like our Hangout stream, just to be like a very long Try Not to Grin or whatever. But we'll see. Also, Nanny up in here. Love to see it, Nanny. Whenever you need some healing, Nanny, you just pop up in here. Please, my friend. Ba, 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 da, ba. By the way, if you could not tell, I am not running Bennett on some sort of weird damage mode. Because, yeah, I'm the worst. Boom! And oh, we got so many more shields. This one's a little fucky in this whole thing. God damn, Shao, you popping off. Very. Oh, we got more. I thought we were done. Can't see shit. Wow, Shao is really smashing. Man, well done. God damn. I probably should be doing this in this domain, but it's tough. It's fine. Alonekid says, I mean, Diona would be about to put an end to the wine industry a lot easier if she could walk around with an AR and just shoot. Yeah. Tiny little Kakarot, like, am I cute any now, you drunkards? Bah! Fluff says, imagine the momentum will pick up. Or you're imagining the momentum will pick up after Inazuma, or it may continue with the slower cadence it's been. Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know, cause yeah, I don't know. We'll see, cause we've known about a lot of stuff for a long time. Like we've known about Dendro for a long time. We've known about a lot of characters in the game. Yeah, you know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Think it says, I just woke up from a nap, so I'm just here. What's all good? Hope your nap was lovely, Sakity. Why are you taking a nap? You not getting enough sleep? You working too hard? You playing too much Genshin? What's happening? Natty says hi. Hello, Natty. Oh shit, we should do it. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, after this one, I'm gonna have to use the washroom. I'll be right back. Jamal says, I like the background music. Me too. I could give you the link to it if you want. It's like an hour-long, Unlike Pluto mixtape thing. Nanny says, what's your traveler's merchant selling? We'll check out in a hot minute. Probably one more run of this. I'll go to my teapot, set it up, and then go to watch them. All right, what am I doing? We're going to this. Do 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 do. Fluff says, the meme has become a format for inserting other characters from other series / games, etc. Most of the time, it's just the image. Sometimes they include a rant. Oh, okay, I see. Huh. But I'll probably die off quickly as people are good at riding a trend into the ground. Yes, it's true. It's true. But also, that's the love and the joy of like memes. It's the fact that so many people are into them. It's like you're too into them, you know. But also, fuck those people. You know, like if you're having a good time and you're laughing about it, and I would always rather strive to be the person that enjoys more things than a person who's like, I fucking hate so many things. Guys, let me tell you about how much this is shit and it sucks. And I'm just like, God, you're exhausting. You're hard to be around. It's a whole bunch of shit, frankly. I'm just gonna keep stun locking this guy until you're ready to come kill him. Because my Chun-Li is built to be entirely support based, but I guess I shouldn't feel bad because whenever my E hits something, I'm giving you guys a 30% some odd damage buff, so there is something to be gained. Not a lot, but something. I guess 20% or something was pretty okay. It's not the worst. Stop it. Go over here again. No, go back into the zone. There it is. Breezia. Probably should do that to the wizard. The wizard probably is more damage based. Well done, Kaching. Well done. Ooh, Hu Tao. Sorry about this. Ooh, you really probably should have picked Shao. I'm about to heal your ass, about to lose a lot of damage. I guess I could drop a bomb real quick. Freeze him. Oh. Guys, I really need to get back into that program, by the way, that I was telling you guys about. I've taken, it's been like probably 4 days since I've looked at it. Not for my own intention, just because of like time and like Biomutants and me wanting to make content of that. Woof. Yeah. And it's one of those things. Have you guys ever gone through a thing where you're like super passionate about like improving or like self-growth or whatever? Not even that, just like doing something that you want, whether that's like a passion, whether that's like an art project, whether that's whatever, whether that's just like a desire to get wealth or a desire to meet people or a desire to get a friend or whatever, friendship or a deep relationship or whatever it could be. And then you finally, it's like a basically like burning out, like where you're fucking burning hot for a long time and then you're like, man, where is that? Where's that same like oomph? And it's, I don't know, usually it's like, for me, it's a time thing where it's like, oh, I'm a bit tired. I'm getting a little bit burnt. But I don't know. I'm kind of in that state, but also I'm not sure if I am a little bit in that state. Maybe in denial. If you guys want to come to my teapot, you can. And buy some of my random nonsense if I have nothing there. Which I think I spent all my coins anyway, so I'm screwed anyway. But yes, actually maybe not. Also, guys, in my previous video, I talked about the whole housing system. Does it work the way I think it does, where basically it's capped? So instead of them doing something incredibly awesome, in my opinion, which is the equivalent of like, okay, you unlock a new realm, and now you're starting from square one, but that realm can generate you up to 200, or the same kind of like mass Adeptus gain. I don't think it works that way, right? I'm hoping that they fix that somewhere down the line and you can actually like do that. Or like, because I don't want to like just reorganize my shit in a slightly different way. I want to like build a thing up to 0 again. Because if you're, yeah, I don't know. It's just frustrating. Because I'm like, come on, man. Because right now I have 4,000, but I already have Fit for a King. I think I'm maxed. Hydrate Redeem, thank you, actually. I was actually getting a little parched. Also, more status points. Brutal. Ooh. Also, where is a Tubby in this giant world? I don't know. Let's do this. Does Tubby not exist in this, your second world? I guess. Nanny, wait, I'll let you in a minute. I think I need to go to the other world to get Tubby. Weirdly enough. Maybe because of my first world, I'm gonna switch realms. Let's go to this one. Linsky says, how do you plan to put, who do you plan to put in your teapot when 1.6 code lives? Well, that's the thing, man. It kind of sucks. I wish they wouldn't have attached, I mean, I'm happy that they attached the, like, elemental mastery thing to it. Or sorry, not elemental mastery, the friendship points gain. But at the same time, I'm like, but man, that means I gotta put the characters that I just kind of need to get friendship points just to kind of be efficient. So I don't know, I'm at odds. Like, should I be efficient, or should I try to like what do you call it, put the people who I like the most? I'll probably do a mix. I'll probably do like 3 of the slots will be for people I like just to fuck with, and then the 1 person will be like the bastardized child who's just kind of hanging out because I need him to be there, which is fucked up, yes. But I don't know. What about you, Lone Syndicate? Who you putting in there? Let me guess. Eula, Ganyu, Hu Tao, because you have Hu Tao. And who else would gain? Did I say Ganyu? I think I said Ganyu. Who else? I don't know. I'm blanking on it. Maybe Chi-Chi? Because, you know, she's kind of pointless everywhere else. But yeah. I say it says, in the second realm, you start from 0. What do you mean? So actually, in the second realm, I don't start from 0. In the second realm, I brought all my objects with me. Yeah. Or do you mean in the third realm? Because the second realm, I was able to carry all my like trinkets and shit. Like when I go to, yeah. Or do you mean the third one? But it would be pointless to invest anyway because it's capped, right? Like it's not like you can gain more Adeptus energy, and it's like generating 20% or 2000% Adeptus energy gain from 2 different types of accounts, right? Or like 2 different types of realms. So it's like even if you have like if you had 15% energy regen in one realm, and then you had 5,000, 15,000, and 5,000, you just get to 20,000 within both, then to be capped. Even though both realms are separate They're technically the same, I think. But regardless, it's quite the hoof to get over here. But what do you have for me? Do I want anything? Probably not, frankly. No, it's just more animals. I'll be honest, this was really exciting when we first got it, and now it's like, oh wow, they did not dig deep to put like different varieties of animals in here. Or maybe I've just been incredibly unlucky, but I've seen the same like shaded dog in different ways far too many times to be like, oh my goodness. I would love a black cat though. That'd be dope. Out of all the animals, and just like a pure black dog. Although I just don't think we'll get that. I don't think it exists in the game. Sadie says, no, that was not Sadie already said that. Majamal says, what does friendship do? Friendship, Majamal, gives you a their special banner. So you can go check out, look at all my nonsense, useless things. So by the way, friendship gives you their backstory. So if we go into characters, we go into, for instance, Xiao. I think I'm maxed on his friendship. But we go to profile. We can look at all of his voice lines and learn about him. So basically it's like lore for the character if you want to go into that and deep dive into that. But the main gain of that is if we go over to here, we go to name cards. This is what it unlocks. So when you get max XP for Razor, max friendship points, you'll unlock Razor's special card, which looks dope as shit. It's this badass a thing. If you get max friendship points with Venti, you get this. If you get max friendship points with Xingqiu, you get this. If you get I have max friendship points for just about everybody, which is cool. But yeah, we got Zhongli, etc. Max friendship points. Who else was it? I think we got one other person. I don't know. Albedo. We got Xiao, of course, and we got. Is this somebody? No, it's just nonsense. All right. But yeah, you just get name cards. Utterly useless. But the one thing that is also a part of the new people is, or the new Serenity Pot with your companions in your world, is you can build them like a special set. So like a special like dining area, which you need like 4 or 5 things to complete a set. And then if you put them down, I think they'll have a conversation with you about like, oh, this is my favorite thing, thank you for making it for me. And I think it's literally probably just gonna be like, thank you so much, it's so nice, here's some backstory of mine, just a little bit, and I'll never bring this up to you at all. And in cutscenes, in like story progression, we'll just kind of still be like on the same page, even though I'm confiding in you and you've done this big thing for me. I'll still just be like, hey bro, you're my best friend, whatever. And then move on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. And I gotta use the washroom because we've drinking a lot of tea. Don't look at me. But yes, Lone Tingle says, you don't have a lot of character name cards. I guess I don't. Geez. I'm back. I could have used the be right back kind of thing, but I don't know. I didn't want to switch. I feel like this is a prettier outlook than the be right back thing I have. The banner. It's like a OBS kind of like slideshow thing. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, what else do you want to do? Because we could do a little bit more. What do you want? What do you want? Ah, shit. Let's go to just go to our world and we'll see. Nanny, Lone Syndicate, anybody? Does anyone need stuff to do? If not, we can just run around the overworld and open some chests and stupid shit, which is exciting and extravagant, I know. Wait a minute. Instead, we're gonna sit back, relax, and talk about the one thing that I want to talk to you guys about. Yes. Invincible. I want to talk to you guys about Invincible, man. I'll probably make a video about it, talk about if there's going to be season 2, which, by the way, Invincible is confirmed for 2 more seasons. So 3 seasons in total. Massive. Yes. We're not going to talk about it just yet. I'm going to catch up on chat, but we're going to get there. We're probably going to get there at some point. Alone Skin says, I gotcha. Ilu, Rosaria, Jean, Mona, Kaching, Hutao, Ganyu, and Hutao. Okay. Ilu, Rosaria, Jean. Really? Jean second? I don't know about that. Jean, weird. Not sure about that. Nanny, come climb this mountain with me. Fluff says it unlocks various voiceovers along. Yeah, but Fluff's the guy, exactly. Fluff's so fast, always quick as well. We immediately bang. All right, here we go. I wonder if I should spin this around. Yeah, let's do that. It's gonna look at, well, no, it could look fine. We'll just do one of these. We'll do one of these. It's a really awkward vibe, but sure. Sure. Covering Shao and shit, it's fine. It gets the point across. There's a lot of space between me and Nanny. Looks like we're in a middle school dance, waiting on those stools. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me catch up on chat, and then I'll give you guys the clear. And if anyone who hasn't finished Invincibles or just doesn't or Invincible and doesn't really mind spoilers, we're gonna talk about that probably for the next 20 minutes. Anyways. Fluff says, the only... Give me a minute. Pop. Fluff says, the only way to currently get those cards is to play those characters a lot. Yeah, or there's a way to actually grind it. You can grind it 10 times a day, I believe. Or 11 times a day, I believe. A special event that like you spawn. We made a video about it, kinda. Probably should have made it a lot more clear in the video because I kind of just added it to like a daily grind video. But you basically can grind friendship XP by just doing these events and then logging out, logging back in, and it instantly respawns. But it's capped out at 10 per day. But it's still a way if you really want a banner for whatever reason you could, or if you wanted like 100% the game, you could do that. And yeah, Buff says, so the passive gain via the upcoming system will be nice. Yeah, a good like a thing to do passively. Yeah. I wish they would give you like it'd be cool if they gave you more, because that's the thing I don't like about Genshin is when things stop, like when you eventually things get redundant. You know, that's a little shitty. So like what happens when your companion that you like having in your house is no longer is max friendship rank. You're just gaining nothing, right? So you have to put someone who you don't want to be in your house to just gain stuff. So it's weird. I'd rather like, why not? They gave you like the smallest $1 of more or something, or a random chance for like giving you a gift. You know what I mean? Like an artifact gift or something. When the higher the friendship, the more chances they have a chance of giving you like a gift randomly, which is like shitty artifacts or a food item, you know. Fluff says the only way to currently get an I read that Lone Syndicate says I need to fight the Animal Cube. Lone Syndicate, I want to talk about Invincible, so forgive me. I can't do both. Max says, I'm ahead of. Thank you so much for stopping by, Max. Appreciate you being here. Lone Syndicate says, what's wrong with Jean, the dandelion thigh knight? I don't really feel like she's. Yeah, maybe with the swimsuit thing, maybe, but man, I don't know. To me, she's always been one of those characters where I'm like, okay. I don't know. It could just be me, though. It could just be preferences and all that. That's not good. That's not very good coffee today. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, not today, right now, I want to talk you guys' ear off about, first of all, now that I'm just sitting alone like an asshole, fucking Nanny, doing me fucking like this. Alright, well now you're just being self-centered. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you guys about Invincible, all right? Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, this is a really interesting, like, comic book kind of, like, it's like a, it seems like a love letter to, like, old X-Men comics and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's R-rated, and it's on Amazon. Now, by the way, we're going to be talking about spoilers at some point in this, so forgive me if you're watching it and you don't want spoilers, or if you heard about it and you don't want spoilers, or if my explanation of what it is, you're like, oh, I might actually want to watch this. I'll click off, etc. So that's my warning. Boom. Okay. So here's the thing. I heard about this show a little bit. I heard about it from Felix when he was playing, or PewDiePie when he was playing Resident Evil. He was saying, it's a pretty good show or whatever. And I was like, okay, I might check it out. I didn't actually see the memes yet, so I didn't get that yet. But regardless, I went into it with that, which was not a lot of shit. I hadn't heard a lot about it, so I just went into it. And the first episode, it was funny because I was watching the first episode and I was like, okay, yeah, it's like an X-Men thing, right? Or like a Superman kind of business, neat. And I'm watching it, and then it's funny because like around like the 30-minute mark, around the 30-minute mark, sorry, I had something in my throat. The main character says something. He drops like a shit or a fuck or something like that, and I was like, whoa, that's weird. That's weird to see like cussing in like this kind of like cartoony comic book world where I'm just not used to seeing anything like that. But anyways, moments later, we get just a shocking thing, and we're gonna get into spoilers now. We get fucking Omni-Man just wrecking bitches, and it's brutal as shit. But also, I wanted to talk. It's my only gripe about the show is how inconsistent the power scaling is. Like where Omni-Man is like stopping meteors and like blasting Mach 50 through 100 buildings, but then like the basically discount Flash can like destroy the fuck out of his chest, like just bust his shit open, but yet he can stop a meteor or like dive right through a planet. You know, I'm just like, what's the scaling on this shit? I feel like it's very much like Omni-Man gets hurt, or like a nuke basically hits Omni-Man and he gets a nosebleed, but the Flash, just by punching him, puts him into a coma. And I'm like, what the fuck? You tell me the Flash has enough power than this fucking nuke thing? Doesn't make a lot of sense. People are gonna come at me and be like, do you know Flash can fucking shatter the earth? And I'm like, come on guys, get away from me. Okay, it's too much. I digress. But okay, so yeah, man, the fucking last, okay, so the whole show, they're just sprinkling on these things of like, Omni-Man, lil sus. Omni-Man is giving us some real sus vibes. We're not sure about it. It's a little weird. We don't know his reasons, all that stuff. And throughout the show, you got like these moments. There's moments where like he lets his son get the fucking shit kicked out of him, like absolutely eviscerated by this tiger thing in the penthouse, and you're just watching like, man, you think he would like jump in and save him, and like, but I also kind of get it, like maybe he wants his son to learn or something, like, hey, trust me, bet on me, this guy's an asshole, I know he's an asshole, you have to fail horrifically in order to learn this lesson. Brutal, but maybe that makes some sense. Because I also heard people say, like in comments of videos, where like, I side with Omni-Man or something like that. So I was like, okay, Omni-Man must have a pretty decent reason for being a shit. You know, like there's gotta be something there. And then, what was it again? Oh shit. Sorry. Then the final episode happened, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it. He's gonna unveil his reason, and they also were positioning things in like the final 2 episodes of like Omni-Man being like, hey, I really do care, and I'm not doing all of these things. Nub says he doesn't. But anyways, he what's the one thing? The final episode happens, and again, I don't know how you can watch the final episode of Invincible and not just be like, the whole time I was watching, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is just, it's like the epitome of biting breath. You're like, gosh damn. Anyways, regardless, the thing that really cemented it in for me is the goddamn, and the reason why the show is so interesting is because it's in like the classic X-Men kind of comic book art style. Violence is like muffled a little bit, because like it just doesn't resonate. Like if you were to see an arm get blown off, you're like, fuck. But if you were to see a cartoon arm blow off, you're like, it's a cartoon, right? Like your body can disconnect, or your mind can disconnect that. But they push that to the fucking limit in this show, where like it's just, you see blood and viscera just everywhere in a lot of the scenes. And again, the scaling for shit in this show is weird, because like there'll be moments where like he stops a meteor from crashing on Earth, but then he'll hit a guy with all his force, and he'll like get hit against a concrete wall and then fall to the ground, and you're like, that concrete wall should be fucking annihilated. What? And then Omni-Man at the end like shows like there's like him just getting pincered through like 6 different buildings, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what I expected. I don't know what's happening with scaling. Seems like it's kind of just like, fuck it. Anyways, but the fucking scene where they're in the subway and Omni-Man's like, hey asshole, you're gonna have to, like, here's your thing, like I'm also, again, so many people were like, I side with Omni-Man, I get it. I'm like, y'all need to get help. You need Michael Jordan being like, get help, because this is insane. Yeah, I thought he would have like a solid reason, and instead it's just like, yeah, no, I'm the worst. But then I looked into it, and apparently Omni-Man's like allegiantly, like, he's actually good in like the spectrum of whatever. So I don't know if it's just like him peacocking or whatever, or whatnot. I don't know, or if it's just like duty taken to the worst extent. I don't know. I'm not going to get into spoilers for the upcoming seasons. I don't really want to do that, but yeah, the scene where he's just, and again, because I feel like through the whole show they make you kind of really like Omni-Man, but then you're like, yeah, but he's kind of like a stern father, and you clearly know there's more afoot here. But then the final episode is just like, no, he can go dark. He can go deep as shit. And again, the scene where he's on the subway and he's just holding his face, and his son's just like, I'm killing all these people. And it's just like the whole time. And then also, man, this is something that just pissed me off a little bit. I'm kind of annoyed for season 2. What the hell? I was so hoping for the main character to get his ass kicked, and then for the main character to be like, I need to get stronger, because the main character has kind of been in this loop of like, I don't know who I am. And I'm kind of just like, dude, what? You keep getting your head kicked in? Like, how have you not understood? Hey, I don't know who I am, but I probably should try to toughen up or strengthen up, because bitches in this world are crazy. Okay? And after his father fucking levels him, you think he would be like, I need to get stronger. Like, I was really thinking when they were in the white room at the end of the episode that he was going to be like, hey, train me as hard as you can, try to break me as hard as you possibly can, because I need to get strong enough to potentially not kill my father, but like hold him off or something. But no, he was just like, I finished high school. I'm just like, God, it makes season 2 quite a bit less exciting. Because to me, I'm like, I was expecting him to be like, okay, now we're getting after it. But instead, I don't know if we'll get that. And that's, I mean, honestly, the show is good enough on its own that I probably will be happy with whatever they eventually do. But goddamn. Yes. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, needless to say, I thought it was very enjoyable, very metal as hell. Again, I like the idea of like, oh, we can do, instead of it being like a cartoon and people thinking that means we can only be like PG-13 weirdness, what if we did the opposite because it's a cartoon? Which anime figured out a long time ago, but it's interesting to see the art style done in this way, and I think it's pretty gosh dang enjoyable. And yeah. Now let me catch up on chat, because I went off on little tangents. I'm not sure. I feel like everyone didn't watch the show. And they're like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, Corinne. You're insane. And I'm like, I get it. Lone Ticket says, I'm heading out for a day. See, thanks so much for stopping by, Max. All right, I read that a long time ago. Sorry. Lone Ticket says, what about Jane didn't like? I read that. I said as well. Lone Ticket says, I have 12 of the characters' name cards. Nice. You must be grinding that shit out. You must also play with different groups. I kind of stick with the same groups, which is my problem. Lone Ticket says, I mean, I wouldn't mind pulling in Wong in my teapot. I don't use her, but you like, yeah, okay, good. You like her, nice. Nub says he doesn't. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it's referring to. I'm sure it's, yeah. Nub says, I don't know, Jamal says, Amber, unhappy, gassed. Got it. You gonna put Amber in your thing? Okay. Nub says, Omni-Man represents an elite faction, and some people just like that idea. a discounting with the train scene. Okay. Disconnected with the trains. Oh, okay, I see, gotcha. Fluff says, I watched the series of videos that talk about each of the primary characters in both the show and in the comics, so I know where it may be going, since the pacing of the show is different. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I seen something. I don't want to really spoil it. Well, I guess we're already in spoiler land. I seen something that's basically said, like Omni-Man, they talked about Viltrumites being like so goddamn powerful, but apparently there's like 50 Viltrumites that are purebloods and like have the power, and I think Omni-Man's one of the only ones, which kind of makes sense why there's such a heavy toll on like the duty of stuff, you know? Yeah, but I don't know where okay, so Fluff, I'm interested. I don't want to know like the specifics, but where does the story go? Does the story go with the main character like getting stronger in some way? Does he wake up, or is it so disconnected that like you're like, okay, the people who run the show could take in thousands of different ways? Nub says, yeah, I couldn't wait for season 2, so I did the same. Oh, so you checked out the comics and the scene? Nice. So I'm excited for the rest of the series. Oh, nice. Oh, good. So you looked into it and it wasn't disappointing. Good love to hear it, Nub. Also, Nub, hey, buddy. How you been? Fluff says, Invincible seems to be dark parody of a DC superhero, but does plenty of its own ideas too. Yeah. That's a good way to put it too. Jamal says, during the train scene, I was like, Mark, put your hands down. Stop moving. Yeah, that's a good point. Although at the same time, he's probably like, again, it's just such a brutal scene because he's just sitting there and he's just powerless, which again is what pisses me off, because he is in that moment, unlike him getting his head kicked in, that moment you are like powerless to save anybody from anything that this guy wants to do, anything. And what do you call it? To me, like, that's the best reason to be like, oh fuck, I better start training, or I need to get stronger, I need to stop being a pussy, or whatever, you know? Also, they're getting into weird territory with the whole like robot guy and monster girl, where I'm just kind of like, I don't know what's happening here. This seems like I get it, but also like weird. You know what I mean? But it's like, theoretically, she's like 25 and he's 30 something, and it feels like it's gonna be weird, you know? But then again, it seems like Amazon makes a lot of series which kind of push against like your expectation, essentially. Fluff says the show shortened the time between events for one. A lot more happens in the comics than what happened into 8 episodes. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Fluff. I feel like, well, I'm not sure. Do you think we'll get 8 episodes again? Because Amazon stuck with like the boys format of like so and so many episodes. So it's not like they're trying to test to see if a series is good or not, and then give it more episodes. So maybe that's it. Maybe in the next comic book will take its time more. But I don't know. I kind of did like the pacing of the show. Like, I felt like there was always something there. Although I'm not sure. The love interest with the one girl and him it seems weird. It seems like it's like teen hormones, not like actual love and compassion. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Jamal says, hey, I might give up after that. But yeah, yeah, I kind of get that. But to me, man, I wish, like, it's such an interesting thing. Because, like, if Mark would have said fucking anything but what he said, which is why I like the whole like concept of like his dad being like, think, Mark, think. And then he says something that is like the most human ever. And then his dad's kind of like, shit. But it's like, if you think, I'm not sure if Mark could have said anything that would have gotten him not to get killed, but that thing, you know. Nub says there's a YouTuber that explains why they did that, because the story in the animated series is more streamlined and fixed, and pacing in the okay, gotcha. Okay, interesting. Fluff says, I get that. It's the same sort of thing that occurs when movies and shows adapt to novels and comics. It's not a bad thing. It's just saying what that's. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Nub says, well, apparently the writers of the comic is the one helping direct the show, so it cannot. Oh, that's awesome. I always love when I hear stuff like that, because that makes things seem a lot more streamlined. Fluff says, not sure how season 2 will play out, but he doesn't but he does take time to recover and get stronger, with various conflicts, with recruiting the new villains. With reoccurring new villains. Okay, it may be season 2. That in between the main plot point. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so he does get stronger eventually, which makes sense. It seems like the guy's gonna keep calling on him and stuff like that. Nub says it gets weirder from what I've heard. Interesting, huh? Chloe says, love makes you do crazy things. He sees her as someone who has also been looked at as a monster or unnatural. What do you mean, Chloe? Oh, quiet, exactly. Love makes you do crazy things. He sees her as someone who is looked at as a monster. Oh no! Oh yeah! No. So the robot and no, I get that. That makes sense. That I get that whole dichotomy. I'm just like, we're gonna see kids probably kissing and shit, and I'm like, ugh. And they're like, but they're adults, and it's like the same thing in anime that's been happening forever, which is like, but she's a 400-year-old vampire, and I'm like, it's still fucking weird. Get away from me. It seems like too much, you know. So it's me mostly memeing, but at the same time, I understand the dichotomy of like they're both like torn souls that don't really have a place in the world. That makes sense. Fluff says it's following the comics accurately, just cutting out the. Okay, gotcha. Jamal says the pet line got me. Oh yeah, the pet line, yeah. But that's the thing, man. I don't think Omni-Man says like actually means that shit at all. I could be like thinking some shit, but I don't know. I feel like Omni-Man was only saying that to kind of like try to convert his son to seeing the world as like people's insects and stuff like that. But I think if he was in front of what's her name, because that's the scene. That's what I think what the scene is when Omni-Man stops kicking the fuck out of his son, is when his wife tells him like, if you keep getting older, you start becoming numb to the world, and that's exactly what his whole argument for Mark to not, connect with anyone essentially, or to like resonate or defend them, etc. So I think that to me would make sense that he's still attached very much to her. I don't know, maybe there's a scene in the comics where he just fucking puts his hand through her heart and is like, fuck off. I don't think that's the case. I think it'd still be one of those instances where he would probably say all that horrible shit and say like, I'm a Viltrumite, I can do anything. Because that was one of the things that people pointed out as well, is when he's on top of Mark just fucking caving his head in. People were saying that like his speech whilst he was doing that was like almost trying to convince himself that he could, like that, I could always start again. It's 70 years for a person who's basically immortal, and bang and bang and bang. But also, how does that work? Because he essentially went to like a realm that you age like millions of years in seconds, or like thousands of years, or whatever, hundreds of years in seconds. But yet he only got like a couple. Like, so how do you basically become immortal when you reach like 40 or 60 or something like that? Because it seemed like that's the vibe, which kind of makes some sense, I guess. People are like, hey, when if you're like a superior, crazy alien race that's all about like efficiency and strength, maybe when you get to like 40 is when you're maybe you smarten up a little bit, but your body's starting to crack, but it slows down the process. I don't know. Seems like a lot. Fluff said, from what I've watched, things get a bit into the realm of writers barely contained fed. What? Oh, I see. Well, on top of the one Monster Girl thing. Things get into the writers barely contained fed. Weird. Odd. Okay. Fluff, I'm not sure what that exactly means. I'm worried. Nub says, nah, from the things I've heard, it gets wilder than that. Okay. From just like the kid. Okay. Fluff says, there's plenty that is designed to make the reader / watcher uncomfortable. Yeah, it's true, I guess. But I'm not sure if I ever felt uncomfortable throughout the whole show. Maybe in that instance I would. Maybe their goal wasn't to do that, but with Monster Girl it might. And whatnot. Yeah, because it definitely does seem like that was the writer's intent. Because again, the whole show, they like, even like when Omni-Man goes and talks to like his tailor, he lets him live, right? Like he lets him live. I'm like, okay, so I don't think Omni-Man's so one note, but I do think that like the last like episode was like, let's try to make the viewer now hate the fuck out of Omni-Man, or just like shatter the perception of any kind of like resistance that he may have in doing acts that are horrible. Which to me is all I really see with it, because Omni-Man's actions don't make the most sense for like what he says, but I do think he's done the horrible things that he's clearly done in the last episode thousands of times to where it doesn't matter to him anymore. But I don't think he's just so one note. You know what I mean? That makes any sense. Lone Singlet says, wait, 400-year-old vampire, what did I miss? Don't worry about it, Lone Singlet. Nub says he does mean it. Mean what? Oh, that he just thinks of his wife as a pet? Oh, no. Wow, I know that. If you're fine with spoilers, I can destroy that argument. Maybe. Chloe says he's been radicalized for 1,000 of years. He was only acting human. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, so that it is just a complete and utter veil. Well, hot damn. The more the age is slower it happens. But that, again, if you're in a, like, he didn't, like, spend no time there. You know what I mean? So, like, he clearly spent a good bit of time fucking up that whole planet. So to me, I'm like, wait. So do you, like, stop aging? So, I don't know. I guess the barometer could just increase to basically make you immortal. Fluff says, Viltrumates age very slowly. What I said that there wasn't specific to the Monster Girl and robot stuff. There's a lot of taboo topics. Huh. Jamal says, yeah, he was trying to convince himself that his wife is best superhero. She got Omni-Man to settle down for years. Mark's power snapped him out. Oh, okay, I see. So maybe he was really good, but then when he got Mark's powers, he's like, okay, now I need to kind of get back into like the dogma that was trained into me since I was born. Got it. Okay, that makes some sense. So it's not that he's evil. It's just that now he snapped out of a personality trait that he had, or a kind of a place that he was starting to be. Okay. Oh, but one of the things I wanted to say. There's some weird thing. Man, things like this always like freak me out a little bit. This gives me anxiety. But what do you call it? There's a scene in this show where like his girlfriend doesn't like him lying to him or whatever. They're at the college or something like that, and then she goes to a party and talks to this dude. And what happens? Basically, the dude's like, I have a girlfriend, and then they kind of still start like talking and whatnot. And Mark's like, well, fuck, I guess it's all went to shit. And then they walk away. Did she cheat on him, or is this like, no, this is just like Mark perceived her as like interacting with other dudes and whatnot, and he had to go do this other thing, or did something happen? Because if the reason why I say that is because when Fluff brings up things are things are make you uncomfortable, that would make me fucking uncomfortable. And could she be like, well, I broke up with you, and it's like, fucking what? I get that still hurts. There's a fucking day later. Jesus Christ. Anyways, Fluff says. Jamal says, yeah, he. Oh, remember that. Fluff says the truth has yet to be revealed. Oh wow. So has the thing not even been? Has the comic book not been written yet, or like finished yet? Chloe says, what happened? What would happen? What would the reason be to kill the tailor? Like if I walked past a bug on the street, I'm not going to go out of my way to kill it. There's no reason or benefit. But Chloe, that's the thing. He was fucking shit up. Like the tailor did help like out him. He's not like, even if he's a bug fucking up his whole like environment in his thing. That one doesn't make sense to me. Yes, but his tailor literally uprooted him being his cover, everything. You know, and made his wife hate him, which if it is through the guise of tactician, you're losing a powerful asset if that's the case. Lone Singlet says, nah, I gotta worry about we talk about anime weirdness. Chloe says, yeah, I haven't read enough or anything. That's just my guess or okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh yeah, oh sorry, I didn't know you were didn't know what anime we were basically talking about. Sorry, I'm not seeing it. Chloe says no, she didn't cheat on him. They were both in a relationship. They were just talking about problems and venting to each other. Okay, yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. The only thing I'm wondering is because Fluff said things get uncomfortable, so I'm like, that would be awkward, or not uncomfortable. I'd be awful, honestly. Fluff says the comics are finished. I'm speaking in terms of the show. Okay, gotcha. Oh right, because they could take things in a different direction a little bit. Okay. Yeah, but he already outed him. There's nothing else he can do. all he did was accelerate the plan to get Mark. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's where I would stand on that. Just because, like, if you are looking through the guys like as a pawn, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it'd be a weird thing, like, because again, he like there's so many actions where he just doesn't do any, like, like even the demon guy, he was like fuck you and just leaves, and it's like, dude, this guy is like trying to fuck up your whole shit, so and the agency ended up killing the one guy, so it's like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Why is the dark guy, the demon guy, why did they kill him when he basically, it's just weird. It's some things in the show I'm like, I don't know. Choices were made. I'm not sure if they make sense. They probably do, and I'm just ignorant, but anyways. Love says, Omni-Man's goal isn't to destroy humanity or the planet. He removes the obstacles that can pose any actual threat. Okay, gotcha. So wouldn't... Yeah, so, but is... Okay, so what is the deal with Mark, with Omni-Man leaving? Because I took the ending of the series to mean Omni-Man is basically going back to Viltrum or whatever. That's what I'm taking that as. Is it not the case? Because they also made it seem like he was going somewhere else. So I don't know. Is he going to Viltrum to be like, hey, by the way, there's an issue. So there's actually like a threat on Earth that I can't deal with, that is on the same power level generally as us. Send someone else to kill my son. I don't know if that's the vibe that we're getting or what. Quiet says, the theory is that the demon is powerful enough that Omni-Man couldn't actually kill him. Oh, okay. Huh. Also, why would he keep the suit? That's another thing where it's like, Omni-Man, what's happening? Okay, why would you keep it? Throw it in this fucking space. Jesus. The series at times is violent for the sake of violence, or ultra-violent in that case. Okay. Fluff says, sadly, I have to step away, but trust me, there's so much more you have to cover. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's so much more to come within the 8 episodes. Yeah, the amount of gore kind of turns me... Yeah, man, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm pretty, like... Man, I remember there was this one time I was watching this video. It was a cow chop video way back in the day. And they show... I don't know why they fucking did it, but they, like, literally went on to, like, Live Leak, and they showed like some sort of Middle Eastern country where like there was like a palace and there was like guards, and it was like a literal video of a human being being executed essentially. And I felt like sick and fucked up for like days. It's a dude like getting speared in the back of the chest essentially, and then dude coming back and like finishing him up. It's awful. One of the worst things ever. I don't know why. That to me is like, it breaks me. I just hate it. It makes me feel sick. It like completely deconstructs everything that I have. But in video games and movies and all that kind of stuff, gore does not... I'm not sure, my brain is just like, it's not real, so throw it away. So like the gore does just nothing. It doesn't make me anything. But also I feel like it's because it's a cartoon. Like, and I feel like it's more exacerbated in Invincibles because it's kind of like it's just like, it reminds me of X-Men. So I don't like, it's a thicker filter, you know what I mean? Quiet says, like for the demon, in my mind, he would have to be incredibly powerful to have broken out of hell and managed to be so difficult to forcefully bring back that Lucifer offered a deal instead of Okay. That makes sense. I get you. That makes sense. Also, fucking YouTube having a goddamn limit so tiny. I get stupid. 20 goddamn characters? What are we doing? Twitter? No. Stop it, YouTube. Jesus. But yeah, that makes sense. Quiet. That makes sense. What other kind of aspects of the show? Oh, I don't know how I feel about like the I don't know. There's moments where I'm kind of like, again, like the power scaling is the thing that gets me a little bit. Like, what was it? It was something like, well, yeah, when the tiger, like, basically, again, when the main character gets his like shit kicked in by like this random asshole in the like tower of like a penthouse. But yeah, can stop like a meteor from here. I don't know. There's shit like that where I'm like, man, what? What? Or I don't know. And maybe I'm hoping that like they'll explain kind of sort of how it works. Like it's like momentum or whatever. But yeah. But also, I don't know how Mark gets as strong as his dad ever. Because his dad like has, what is it, like 1,000 years or something of getting stronger. So like unless he gets some sort of like chemical X shit put in him, I don't really know how he's going to start popping off. offering a deal instead of just because he is strong enough, he could, but the contract says that he has to rely on his mental ability instead. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, maybe the contract with the thing that he's strong as shit. What if he's the Doom guy? Weird. Nub says also the reason they had to deal with the demon was because he was a Ghana level, or he was a Ghana he was gonna reveal everything, which would ruin the plan. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I don't really think of them having. I guess it makes sense they had a plan. But he said yeah, because I guess at the end he does say he knew for a long time. Huh. Jamal says, I like how they show it's hard to save everyone. Yeah, man. Well, but yeah. Because, like, to me, that makes sense. We're like, it makes sense in one way, but not the other. I mean, like, to me, the final episode, like, I understand why Mark's like, I don't know if I want to be a hero anymore. I couldn't save shit, and it was awful. Like, if there's an opposing force that's that strong, and you're just gonna crumble, and all that blood is technically on your hands, like viscerally, like on your actual hands. Where beforehand you could like be like, oh whatever, it's someone else's problem. I could do something, but I can disconnect myself a little bit and survive or whatever with the trauma. But I don't understand why the ending facilitates Mark not having the desire to get stronger. That's weird because he has his mom. He has his mom that his dad could come back and fucking annihilate. You know what I mean? Like and his friends, like, you have plenty of reasons to get stronger. You have a lot of reasons to not be a hero. But I feel like that's probably the journey we may go on in season 2, which is like, okay, maybe I should be a hero. Okay, now I have like Vietnam flashbacks of me not being strong enough to protect people. Maybe I should get stronger, and maybe they play a part. I don't know. Regardless, also I like the moral dichotomy of the whole show. We're gonna wind down, guys, but because I gotta cut my hair and do a bunch of shit today. But I like the moral dichotomy of the show because it talks about, what is it? It's like the dude who's like, hey Mark, I have a little daughter and she is great. Can you help me take her to the penthouse guy? Let's do it. And then at the end, he's basically like, yeah, your dad's right. Your dad's a monster, but he was right. Peace. And then he becomes like the new Dawn leader, and maybe it has a happy ending, like where he actually is not a shitty boss. He seemed like he was a little bit more morally up to code, but it didn't change the fact that he fucking threw Mark to the wolves, essentially, you know? Which was shitty, but yeah, we'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, let's read a little bit more chat. Also, the reason that they had... Oh, he's gonna reveal everything. Yeah, fucking... Cecile... What? Who's that? What? Jamal says, I like how the show is harder. Yeah. Quiet says, yeah, it's really not possible to save everyone, and I feel like most superheroes gloss over that. Yeah. That's true. Chloe says, probably because everything he just believed in, it was ripped away and destroyed in front of him, and he lost reasons to want it, aka his dad. Yeah, that makes sense. But I don't know. To me, it makes you end the season with being like, let's finish high school, and then the people are like, well, I'm happy that it showed like cutting between like, okay, there's this bad guy, so he's clearly not going to do it. Also, did you guys know? I think the weird alien creep who's talking to, is that Seth Rogen? Is that the weird fucking one-eyed monster who's like the Galactic Federation's errand boy? Is he Seth Rogen? There's a lot of those weird ones where like Rick and Morty's there too. Rick from Rick and Morty, the guy who voices them, he's the drunk frat boy, right? There's a bunch of those weird ones where I'm like, that's a familiar voice. It is? Yeah, okay, it is. Time for me to go as well. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for your time. People who are watching this in past broadcasts, I'm sorry I didn't thank you at the beginning of the stream to say, hey, appreciate you putting out with me, and hopefully you people who watched this far in watched Invincibles. If not, it's still a fun show and is incredibly interesting, and it's on Amazon, so most people have Amazon Prime. So yeah, go watch it if you so desire. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for your time. Hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe button, not on my screen. Well, maybe it would. No, it's not. Never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day, and drink lots of water. Says Quiet. Bye, guys.